leaving here without no wigs with us, honey. We're snatching all those wigs. We're coming for you.
I wear these heels like a motherfucking boss. Every man that see me, they tryna take it off. I use these heels like a motherfucking sword. Coming for the hearts every time I'm feeling low. Running like dogs that need to be fed. I use these heels to put their ass a dog. Gather up all my girls and we gon' take a walk. No need to say a word, I hear them say it all.
From all around the world, from Georgia to Atlanta, from California to D.C., from Hawaii to downtown Abbey, London.
Welcome everybody to Fashion Victuals Radio, only on ripradionetwork.com. Ladies and gentlemen, please excuse our delay. We had a few technical difficulties in the studio today, but all is good.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that bitch held up traffic today. Thanks, Taylor. Thank you. Anywho, we finally have our guest in the studio today, Miss Tiffani from Tiffani and Wink. I've been trying to get her up here for a while now, honestly. Well, since I met you.
Aww.
Yes. So we are going to go right into everything.
Okay.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Because we're like...
I'm excited. I'm anxious.
Really?
I am.
Awesome. Okay. So as you can see her display, Miss Tiffani and Wink, she always comes prepared. Trust and believe. She comes prepared. I love it.
Thank you.
So one of the questions that I do have for you is, what made you get into the lash industry?
Okay, so I've always been modeling since I was a teenager. I probably started at like 16 and doing competitive modeling. And a part of modeling is having a modeling kit. So with the modeling kit, you know, I also was a Barbizon instructor at one point in my past life. So we always taught the girls, and I also learned that we needed to be able to apply our own natural face, daytime makeup, and also a dramatic look. Daytime makeup or barely there makeup when it was time to go on go-sees.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes lashes would be a part of the everyday look. When you're going to go-sees, when it's time to do a photo shoot and say the makeup artist isn't on site, then you would be prepared and you would have to know how to apply lashes. And lashes for me is like iconic because I feel like without lashes, I'm naked. Like the look isn't complete.
Right.
So that's how I got into lashes. And then also I started getting lash extensions. Before they became a big hype, I would go all the way to Virginia, like towards Woodbridge, and get lash extensions done.
All the way in Woodbridge?
I did. I'm addicted. Like, seriously, it's not a game when it comes to my lashes. So needless to say, I always loved lashes and the overall look that they add to your glam moments.
Okay, so what comes in the model kit when you're preparing?
Sure. So a model kit would consist of course, like your hosiery. Like sometimes you need natural hosiery. It would come with all of your makeup materials. So makeup, like if it was a natural look, then you would have natural makeup. So of course you would have your foundation. You would have your concealer. You would have mascara.
Wow.
For me, a lash is important. I mean, and you know, when you're being represented by agencies, most of the time they like a more natural look. But sometimes if you're doing a photo shoot, you need an extra pop for the headshots.
Absolutely.
So that's basically what a model, and then of course like your lotions and your your spray deodorants.
Oh yes,
and so
let's
forth.
not forget that, ladies.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Tiffani and Wink, how long have you been in business so far?
So I came up on a year, probably about 2 months ago.
Really?
Yes, it's only
I
been
would
a
have
year.
never known it was just a year.
Everyone says that, but honestly, you know what? I'm gonna be real right now because I'm a realist. I was with a guy, and I know that, you know, during the breakup, I remember he had told me that I needed him to make the business pop. So when and off the record, I'm not gonna say any names, but he made me, because in that moment it defined who I was.
Okay.
And at that moment I said, you know what? I have to make this pop.
Absolutely.
So that's what drove me, of course, the passion. And I've been the face of many businesses for over 5+ years. And I said, what the heck? I can be the face of my own business.
Absolutely.
So with courage, ambition, it was time to work. And there's still more work to do. So
I know that's right. Now, I've been following you since I met you, and your branding is like straight on 1,000.
oh, thank you.
I must say, because every time I turn around, I'm seeing the advertiser pop up 2 to 3 times
I'm
a day.
annoying. I am annoying.
But
Sorry,
it's great.
everyone.
No, like I respect it because you're getting your name out there. What is one of the techniques that you like to use for your branding?
So with branding, I feel like it allows me to be creative.
That's true.
With branding, with it being Tiffani and Wink, I feel like it needed to define who I am.
Yes.
So I am bold, I am colorful, and most of all, I'm glamorous. So with that being said, I wanted to project that into the hard marketing.
Absolutely.
So everything needed to be larger than life. It needed to be glamorous, even down to the logo, really clean. And also storytelling. I have fun with it. You know, I feel like it's a part of your everyday world. And that's how you join the conversation.
Absolutely.
It's about, you know, with Instagram and all the other social media platforms, I feel like it's about breaking the silence.
Very
or,
true.
you know, intruding on the noise.
Right.
You know, with intruding on the noise and getting people's attention, I mean, it's like a 3-second rate. Like, how are you going to get their attention and keep it? You know,
That's true.
So,
That's true.
Yeah.
So how do you think with your branding technique, how did it help you in your business right now? Like,
You know what?
50%, 100%?
honestly, like, a lot of it had to do with a lot of people I partner with. I couldn't have done any of this by myself. Like, I remember, you know, working with the Weave King, and he's a great colleague of mine and also
Okay.
a friend, and we put together a big photo shoot. And actually, I had met a lot of the girls from this photo shoot, which are the pictures that are on my website. I had met them from all over, like different dynamics and walks of life, whether it was a guy I used to date and then, you know, it was a double date. So we were like, hey, girl, you know, and we kept in touch. And I was like, hey, you know, I just reached out from my immediate network of people. And I was like, hey, can you come out for a photo shoot? From there, those ladies, I worked with them. And I was like, I came up with the Wink dolls. Because I said, because everyone was like, oh, we all get along. We want to see each other again after the shoot. I was like, you know what? Y'all could be my ambassadors. That's how it was. So it's about utilizing your people, your neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't have done any of it and have gotten as creative as I got without the people I worked with. So.
Awesome. Now, can you walk up to any woman and say, I know what type of lashes you need?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have become an expert when it comes down
I would
to
think
choosing
so. You're like the
Exactly.
lash queen now.
Right. So basically, with the lashes, each lash is not for everybody. So it's all about the eye shape. And I like to care about my customers by going into the different eye shapes on my page and in my storytelling on my page. So whether you have the almond-shaped eye, which happens to be a popular eyelash shape, and you can do any style lash. Or if you have a close set eye, with close set eyes, your eyes are actually closer together. So choosing a lash like a cat eye will help your eyes appear farther apart. So these are the tricks of the trade that you don't even know when you're picking out lashes. But I always like to educate the consumers, and I just say, here you go, here you go, here you go. I'm really passionate about what I do, and I feel like, you know, caring is the #1 factor in driving a successful business.
Absolutely.
So ladies, know your eye shape.
Yes. Please know your eye shape. I think mine is more almond shaped in a way.
Yes, and also round shape.
Yes, because I have big eyes.
Yes,
so
which is
which
flattering.
type of lash would you recommend that I have?
So I would choose like lashes that have larger lengths in the center.
Okay.
You know, or you can also do a cat eye as well.
I could do 2.
Yes. Yes. So a lot of women, that you don't have to be deterred because you're like, oh, my eyes are close set or they're wide set. There is a eyelash for every type of eye shape. So.
Absolutely. Now, I know that with branding and with your lash dolls comes word of mouth. So how many customers have you received just word of mouth alone?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, that's been my biggest marketing tool.
That's awesome.
Ever. And I feel like every business, they can speak to that. The product, the quality of the product speaks for itself, but people are your biggest,
Absolutely.
you know, cheerleaders. And with them, they rally your brand.
Yeah.
And with them rallying your brand, it becomes the talk. And that's what you have to do, become the talk. And then once that happens, everyone's like, hey, you know, I know this person, and even I meet different people all the time, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're the Lash Girl from Instagram. I follow your page, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? You know me? Like, I'm always shocked with everyone that I meet, but it's always by word of mouth or sharing on Instagram.
Okay. So what is some of the steps that you can tell women like they need to take when picking out not just their lashes, but like when they put their lashes on? Because some women don't put them on the same, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
what is some of the things that you could tell women like to put on a good lash?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually have easy application tweezers.
Yes, she
and
does.
with easy application tweezers, they happen to have a C shape in the front. And at the C shape in the front, you're able to apply the lash seamlessly on the lash line and get closer to your lash line. So when applying lashes, I definitely recommend using a tweezer. For all of the ladies that are using hair glue, don't use
Oh my
hair
gosh,
glue
who's
adhesive.
using hair glue on their lashes?
I mean, you can, because people say it lasts longer. But
Girl.
honestly, you know, I'm working on some adhesive
Okay.
with a couple manufacturers. I want to make sure it's the perfect product, and I
Okay.
test it out with my ambassadors before I release it.
Right.
But needless to say, for now, I recommend Duo from Beauty For You.
Okay.
And you just use probably like a little dime size, and you can just simply glide your lash line on the wink along the glue, and then you simply just put on your tweezer. You press and release, and use the corners of your tweezer to press it down from inner to outer. So it sounds like a lot, ladies, but honestly, it's really easy.
She has tutorials.
Yeah.
She has tutorials. She sent them to me because I was like, I don't know how to put these lashes on.
Yeah, and actually, that's a really frequent question, especially
Really?
for a lot of women that have never used
exactly.
the strip lash before. They are, you know, curious to how to apply it. So.
I know I was because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, let me just hit her on Instagram and see if I can get a video.
Right. And ladies, I'm always a click away. Like, I'm literally in both of my phones all the time. So
That's
if you ever
awesome.
have any questions, you feel free to reach out to me through DM, email, whatever. If it comes down to the digital, I have it. So.
So let everybody know every one of your handles and the website and when your next pop-up is.
Okay. So I'm going to honestly talk more into Instagram because
Okay.
Instagram is more of my market. Although I need to use my Facebook community because that is another world that I haven't explored and really utilized all the way. But Instagram, Tiffani, TIFFANI _N_Wink, WINK. My website is on there. Every Wednesday I do Wink Crush Wednesdays, which is a 20% off promotion on all of your favorite
Y'all
lashes.
heard it right here.
And Wink Crush Wednesday is for all of the beautiful ladies. Working Women Wednesday, WCW.
Hump Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just in case you want to get
So-
cute in the bedroom.
Right, exactly, exactly. So, with that being said, Instagram is my biggest platform that I utilize. And then also, my next pop-up is actually tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
well, I'm
You
glad
guys
I
are-
asked.
Yeah, I know. So, my next pop-up is actually going to be with LinkedIn and
wow.
Clocked In. I don't know the address by heart. However, I will be posting the flyer again really soon. But it's going to be a great turnout. It's going to
Okay.
be a panel and a lot of creatives coming together to share likeness and also to shop.
Awesome. Okay, so one piece of advice before you leave that you can give women out there who are afraid to wear lashes or have a tough time putting them on, what is a piece of advice that you can give to them?
Well, for one, ladies, don't be scared. It's easy, and you have to be in formation this summer.
Hello.
So I say definitely get with it. The lashes are quality, and they last up to 25 wears. They're easy to clean. And, yeah. So, like I said, have you been winked yet? Get winked, sis. That's
know
my
that's
biggest
right.
thing I'm saying on Instagram right now.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffani, for joining us today. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, maybe you could stick around for some of our fashion victual news.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll be back. Fashion Victuals Radio. Welcome back to Fashion Victuals Radio. Only on RIP Radio Network. As you can see, we are sitting here with super producer Brian. Him and I had a very adventurous weekend last week.
Yes.
Because we went pretty much restaurant hopping a little bit.
Well, you did the hopping.
I did the hopping.
I stayed in one place.
Yeah,
like, you were like, what, 4 or 5 spots, and you were like tipsy on the after
Oh my God.
halfway through.
So, yeah, that was a bad night. It was a bad day. But yeah, I went to like 3 different restaurants on Saturday, and you went to something that is like totally out the blue for this
Right.
area.
Well, yeah, I was in Arlington after doing a radio show there, Fantastic Forum on WERA 96.7, Arlington, Virginia. And the thing there, so the panelists and the hosts were asked, the other panelists were say, hey, you know, where we're going to eat afterwards, and the one of the panelists, he says, well, you know, why don't we try Oz? And I'm like, and she mentioned it before, like the last time.
The name, right?
Yeah, the name sort of kicked in.
That's a little
then,
questionable in itself.
Right. So when I heard the name, I ended up giggling, and they were wondering, so why are you laughing? Because I know who owns it. So if no one knows who owns Oz, it's Ashley from Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay, I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the curly hair.
Yeah, the curly hair.
Oh, that's what the name of her restaurant
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Oh.
So it was walking
Okay.
distance from the radio station, and so we get there. Nice decor. It's a very nice spot. At the time it was, you know, like what was it, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, it's a nice day. It was one of the nicest days, of course, as you probably remember. And the crowd, there wasn't a lot of crowd there, so which was fine. The cool thing is they have a happy hour all week long. It's
that's good.
It's not like a Monday through Friday thing.
She
or just a
seems like
Friday.
she likes to drink.
Yeah, of course. so we had some dishes that were happy hour prices.
Okay.
And that's where we end up saying, you know, our waitress, she mentioned the fact, oh, you can try a little of this, a little of that. So there's the sampler, slider samples. So this is where we get the unique, exotic tastes of various.
boy.
And this is, mind you, if you ever seen the show, if you remember, the husband, he put his input in some of the menu, and since he's Australian, he incorporated those Australian authentic dishes. And the
That's
funny thing
why.
is, that's where we get the exotic palates that a lot of people were kind of questioning about, right? So what I had. What we ordered pretty much.
Oh boy.
One of my friends, he ordered the gator sausages. I didn't try them, but I've had gator before. Our other guest panel, she ordered the sort of like emu lettuce wraps. And then we ordered.
I had to know to be a lettuce wrap.
Yeah, that too.
Oh my God.
And then we added the sliders, and the sliders were we had kangaroo, venison,
You ate a kangaroo?
venison, and camel.
You ate a kangaroo
The
and a
hump day.
camel.
So, like I said, there's sliders. They're a little small. So, the emu. I'll say this because Tiffany asked, you know, how did it taste? If you understand the word gamey, it is it has that taste. And gamey it's sort of like, you know, they've been in the wild. It's not, you know, like raising a farm or anything. It's like way out there. You killed it and you took it home and you start slicing up. You know, it's very natural and you can taste it. I sort of like, okay, I know what this is, you know, and compare it to venison I've had. So,
It's a
very
little more common to eat venison.
Right. And it's, you know, and the flavors are very different. So, but like I said, emu has that stronger gamey flavor. Now, the battle between kangaroo and camel. Let's say this. So when I tried the camel slider first, and surprisingly, I was like, okay, I can taste this. It's not that bad. And then I tried the kangaroo, and the kangaroo was kind of like it had an aftertaste, and it was the aftertaste. I was like, it wasn't like a bad one. It just felt like something where it's like, okay, I know there's something here, but I'm not feeling it. So, so overall, when the waitress came back and he asked us, so I literally told her, Camel wins this. So if I decide to, probably will decide to go back to Oz and hopefully meet Ashley. So, literally, I will say I will have a full-size camel burger the next time I'll go there.
Question.
Yes.
Do they really eat those animals in Australia?
Yes.
They do.
They are out there.
I know, right?
Yeah. So if you also think about it, I mean, like I said, when I had gator, I was in South Africa when I had gator. So it tastes like chicken.
I'm not eating nothing.
Yes,
I'm
so-
saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Or they have
I
to
don't
wear
think-
as a bag. I can't do it.
Well, where else is the meat going to go? All you're going to get is the skin, so you got to eat something. So, got some shoes and a bag out of it. So it's like, why not get some, protein?
No, that's good. I'm good with the cow protein, and that's
Agreed.
that's all I need. I don't need to wear what I'm eating.
Honestly,
well, technically, I do in a way.
Right. So,
yeah.
well, you.
But it's different.
It's different, and like I said, it's a challenge. Challenge your palate. You say you want to be a foodie. That's what foodies got to try.
That is exactly
Yes.
what foodies
You
try.
know what? I don't know if I want to do that. That's like Guy Fieri when he ate chitlins for the first time.
Let's
He was
guy.
scared. I mean,
So
he's
still afraid of eating freaking veggie foods and stuff like that. So, and I had a Vegemite biscuit. So it was kind of that was really good. So if you don't know what that is or where it comes from, if this is from an 80s group, men at work, and they had a Vegemite sandwich. And Vegemites are kind of like, how do you interpret this? Think of Nutella, but with veggies in it. That's pretty much what it is. So
it's an awkward combination.
yeah.
it is.
Right.
So, but the thing is, it's they made it into a nice little biscuit, and they had this nice little honey on it and some honey butter. It was nice. It's like right up there with the cheese biscuits at Red Lobster. So
Well, my Saturday wasn't quite as adventurous as yours, I must say, because you took one for the team on that one. I can't. I can't.
Well, speaking of someone taking one for the team, so for Fast and Victual News,
Let's get into it.
Okay, everyone's familiar with an all-you-can-eat place.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know the rules. It's like you pay one price, you can eat as many food as you want.
Correct.
Okay, so there's a spot in China, pretty much.
Just already about to go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, so this place is called Jamir Hotspot, and it's in a place in southwest China in Chengdu, and pretty much it went through some problems in
What
recent
kind of
years.
problems?
Well, first off, late last year, pretty much
Common.
they introduced a new unlimited menu after struggling since the opening in December 2017. So they've been having real problems. So they decided on June 1st, decided to have an all-you-can-eat, selection, and which will only cost in their price 120 yuan, which is $18 for us.
Okay.
So
That's not bad.
and pretty much you can enjoy a month of, now here's the thing. A month.
Oh.
Not a mouth,
That's
a
even
month
better.
of limitless hot pot messes. Now, here's where the problem comes in.
Oh boy.
So apparently, the owner has found out that he's been bringing in a lot of customers, but he's not seeing the profit of it because it's mostly going back into the food where they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it all so he's the way to say it. Unfortunately, it's all clocked up to debts of more than $76,000.
$76,000
a day because of this, and was later. Here's the sad part: he was forced to temporarily close its doors and post an emergency notice, halting this deal. So pretty much, he didn't realize that Homer Simpson was coming every day for pretty much free
Right.
food.
I mean, who wouldn't take advantage of that?
Yeah, so
I would. I mean, $18 for a whole month of
Yeah,
food.
Right.
So
Come
yeah,
on.
so you're kind of being stupid. So okay, babies. Everyone's having babies. We want to shout out to our girl.
Cardi B.
Well, besides Cardi.
Oh yeah.
She had her baby.
Besides Cardi, Miss Kia from Sidebar Show, she had her baby daughter today.
Congrats, Kia.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
So she
Aw.
has. Now you can say Miss Cardi B.
Yes, Cardi B.
Yes, the
Cardi B
culture
had
is
her
born.
girl. She had her girl.
Yeah. So the
I was
culture
so
is
happy.
born, and then someone else was having a baby but wasn't. So Keisha Cole, she revealed on her Instagram she was doing some little hotspot photo shoot for herself on her Instagram, and pretty much she was looking fine. I was like, okay, go Casey, go. And of course she's doing her self promotion for her upcoming tour and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, she announces, hey, I'm pregnant, and it was like, okay. And then the next day later, she's like, my bad.
My bad?
Yeah, so because there's a reason for it. So based off of the statement, she says, I kind of apologize for trolling yesterday.
Kind of?
Kind of. Telling you all I was prego.
Kind of apologize.
But with a lot of U's, y'all need to stop body shaming me and saying I'm pregnant every other day. Seriously, it hurts my feelings. And then she put a whole bunch of emojis and all that stuff. So pretty much everyone's thinking some of the pictures that she's been posting lately makes her look pregnant, but the way I see, she's like, damn, she's looking finer as she has ever been.
Well,
agreed.
So yeah.
I
So
thought she always looked good, but
like I said, a lot of people
Yeah.
they've been for some odd reason are body shaming. So and it's kind of like
everybody body shames. That's what the internet does. They body
agreed.
shame.
But I mean, based off of what? I mean, Tiffany, have you off of your Instagram, mind you, you're a gorgeous woman.
Oh, thank you.
But all of a sudden, you see, you got one comment. It's kind of like makes you kind of like. What?
yeah, recently. Because honestly, I've gained a lot of weight, but whatever. I'm okay with gaining the weight. But however, I do need to work out a little bit, to get it toned. So any trainers, hi. But needless to say, yeah. So with gaining the weight, it has made me slightly, apprehensive about getting in front of the camera. But so as women, we go through that. But in show business, we have to deal with that and keep it, kind of going. Can't allow it to get next to you. So
Absolutely.
Gotta have a thick skin.
I know.
But I just think this. I mean, mind you, I'm a man. I understand the fact.
Men don't get body shamed.
Yeah,
Well-
you guys do not.
Well, it depends
get
on
body
which
shamed.
man. So they're unless you're
Even
like
the model men don't get body shamed.
probably not. So
LL Cool J didn't get body shamed. And look
course
where
not.
he was prior and then now,
shoot, that's he doesn't have that massive six pack like you had
But
back in the
nobody's
day.
body shaming him though.
Yeah.
Because he's LL Cool J, he can still knock you out. That's what his
And
mama
it's
said.
probably 90% women in her comments as well. Women,
Yeah.
unfortunately, are
We criticize each other
Yeah,
very much,
unfortunately,
and it's
we need to stick
unfortunate.
together, you guys.
Absolutely.
But however, be strong, Keisha.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, it doesn't probably look bad. Like Keisha Cole has always been kind of a slender chick, so a little bit of weight I can probably say about her is like it probably looks good on her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I never seen her at all. I mean, she really kept in the dark about her, her son's pregnancy. So it was like, we never saw her
Right.
actually how
Yeah,
she
yeah,
looks
yeah.
pregnant. So, yeah. The engineer's going crazy. I have a crave. Here's going back to my venture at Oz,
boy.
the land of Oz.
That is the land of Oz.
So I had a very interesting conversation with a friend of mine. Told her about my trip there, and we talked about the ladies of Potomac, and we wanted to figure out who would be a cool person to, in this case for me, to date, and the other reason just to hang out.
Brian, you looking for a date?
Aww.
Why you tell me I'm gonna hook you up? I know.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, but anyway, so we kind of try to have that whole list down, and I want to ask you ladies this question of who would be a cool person to hang out with. So
From Housewives of Potomac.
Of Housewives of Potomac, since they're nearby, and I figured it's I can see where your head's at for your reasons of why you want to hang out with them.
Honestly, I do not know any of the names. I don't
don't
follow
either.
it. I'm always busy. But however, this is really interesting because now I'm gonna look into this more. So, what is your?
Honestly, Ashley. I could see you hanging out with Ashley because she seems more like the more down to earth type of chick, and
Down to Earth sounds good.
yeah, and she's like, even though she a little nosy, she's a little nosy.
True.
I mean, let's face it, she be in everybody's business on that. But I will say she is the most down to earth. Plus, she seems more sweeter than the other ones. The other ones seem a little more catty, a little more
Yeah, you
like
don't need catty at all.
exactly. So, there's like 3 blonde chicks on there. One of them got to be
okay,
7.
one I like. Okay, the one I like is Robin. So Robin, she's
That's
with,
the one that used to be married to Juan Dixon.
right. Well, right now they might be reconciling.
I think so. It's confusing.
Yeah,
you know?
so they live together, but they're not
Yeah.
dating, but they are hooked together.
But they kiss each other in the
Yeah,
mouth
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
Really
that's
confusing.
awkward.
So why Robin?
I think she's relatable. She's also been on Rip Radio before, and she seems like the type of person to have a nice conversation with. She, like you said about Ashley, she's also down to earth. She's, the only time she's
a follower, though.
Yeah, the only time she's in drama is when people pull her into it.
Yeah,
So at first, she was kind of like the first couple years of the Housewives, she was kind of like very timid and very soft spoken, but now this year you can kind of tell that she has her voice, and you can tell she's becoming that strong
Right,
woman
yeah.
that you kind of figure it's
Right.
like, okay, we see you now.
Yeah.
So so I kind of relate to her as well, so which is kind of cool. Now here's the one thing that my friend and I threw out there. We threw out with 1 minute left. Actually, we'll leave it there. We'll keep the suspense. We want to give Tiffani a chance to give out her handles again,
Absolutely.
and so that
Please
way-
go ahead and tell everybody your social media handles again so they can follow you.
Yes. Thank you so much, you guys, for having me on.
No problem.
Instagram would be Tiffani, TIFFANI _N as in Nancy _Wink, WINK. And that's where I jab at all day, every day. And I'm always available. You can reach me by phone number and email and also direct message.
And check out her website.
Yes.
All right. We'll 8 o'clock next week. We check y'all next week.
As long as there's no other concerts coming in, we'll try to be here.
Moving down to the Bay next week, so I'll let you. We'll talk about it.
All right,
Real talk.
everybody. Tune in next week to Fashion Victuals
Dun, dun,
Radio.
dun.
Bye.
Hello? Gigi, where are you? Baby, I miss you. Come home. Okay, see you soon.
We trendy, woke up in designer clothes. I just fucked another nigga hole. Don't wear me, you ain't pulling up. But niggas with it, they don't give a fuck. Pinky ring, Mr. Bracelet. I'm shining on them and they hate it. Why you mad at your faces? Paul Brown, I was chasing. Fell asleep with my chains on. Last night I was gone strong. Super freaks, fuck them in the thong. I love fucking with designer on. She coming all with my Fendi. Now the bitch really trendy. You fuck with me, then you winning. Hella sauce, I got plenty. Look at me getting bippy. I play with hundreds in the 50s. Strip clubs in my city. I'm grabbing ass and I'm tipping titties. Big bro just touched down. Telling me they can hate me now. All this money ain't in the streets. All the OGs fuck with me. That nigga ain't touching me. Diamonds dancing on my jewelry. You reach for these, I'm busting arteries. My flow songs living luxury. Back at it like a crack addict. Pinky ring getting bunny rabbits. Gucci's on looking average. Suit and tie, I'm a fucking savage. Won't fuck it if she plastic. But the mouth stay doing magic. I don't care, I'm a bastard. I'm always dressed in the latest fashion. You mad cause a nigga leveled up? Making moves and I'm bossing up. Round table with the round chairs. You a square, ain't no saying here. Looking busy, ain't no coming here. You wasn't with me, so don't come near. I just got back from Atlanta. All these these hoes and they think I'm sad. Say trending on these fuck niggas. Key hitting but my bag bigger. They tell my ask about some other shit. They hating on me, stop the bullshit. I'm trending on them and they talking shit.